All right, everyone. Mike here with the watch list for Friday, May 12th. The SPY, another low volume, narrow range. One of the toughest things I think that are maybe least appreciated attributes that a professional swing trader must have, and a lot of people don't think about, is the ability to recognize what kind of market you're in. And believe me, that can change, every day or every week. Um, but right now, I mean, look at these last five candles. There. They almost 4 days in a row. We've almost closed where we opened, right? And then just sideways chop and low volume. And so if you're trading with size and passion, like you were when things were, kind of whippy here and here and here, and a lot of stocks were making big moves, you're going to get chewed up. So the quicker you can recognize things have changed and adapt, the better off you'll be. And that's something I feel like I've gotten better at over the years. I used to think all of a sudden, I'd be like, man, I suck all of a sudden, but without even a thought that, hey, maybe the market's changed because I was doing the same stuff, right? So the longer you do this, the quicker you get at identifying, hey, not today, right? Today's not the day to size up. And again, that could change. There could be a news event or a new theme, think Bitcoin, COVID, AI, right? A new theme can come out of nowhere, and then you got a bunch of stocks to trade. So, just watch yourself in this environment, and we'll just keep working together to find stuff. But not a lot going. I mean, I'm actually at that point where I'm hoping we get some new, I don't want to call them market leaders, but new day trading leaders, new stocks that are moving on good news, to catch some trades in. And in this particular list, I'm not in love with, but here we go anyway. Which is software company, I believe, big volume and a pretty strong close. We'll see if they give us a follow through day tomorrow. OMH, let me caution you on this. When you had this crazy move, then a lot of bag holders were created, but it's kind of inside day today, right? Inside of yesterday's range. Yesterday's range was 10 to 16, so a $6 range. Today's range, 1131 to 1488, so a tighter range. But the reason I want to caution you on it, I mean, it can certainly move at times. And let's see, today's high, 1488. I don't know. Here's the caution. I watched this thing trade today, and at some point, it had like 90 cent spreads. So, which begs the question, why in the hell, Mike, do you even have this on the list? And I would say that's a great question. I'm going to watch it, but I will need the spreads to tighten up or maybe a quick headline on it or something, and then I'll give it a shot. If everything lines up. But overall, I'm just really, really wanting to be careful with that one. TCRX, I don't know if it should be on the list. You had this big move 3 days ago, then a gap up and a strong close. Today, a gap down, and pretty good range on the day, but closed right where it opened. And it's like nobody who's winning the last few days. When you look at the range from here to here, I guess maybe it's slightly higher than the middle of the range. I'm not sure. Again, I love the headline on this that occurred this day. And so it's really definitely worth keeping an eye on, but I'm not in love with the chart at the moment. PayPal, PYPL, put in a green day today. I meant to have this on Bounce Watch coming into today, by the way, but I just somehow blew it. Anyway, I did put in a green day, so the assumption is, hey, maybe this is a short-term bottom, and it could continue up from here, so we might get a trade in that with that mindset tomorrow. MGNI, nice breakout, pretty strong close. We'll watch that one. CRVS, big rip yesterday, inside day today, but strong, right? So we're looking for a third day play there. VYGR had a big pop here, and you got a couple red days on declining volume. I'm putting this on Bounce Watch. TRVN, this was on Bounce Watch coming to today. Now we've got kind of one of those doji candles or whatever the hell you want to call it, and a pretty narrow range. 32-cent range on the day, so, and back down to the 8-day moving average. So I don't know. I think it's didn't give a trigger today. Here's 5-minute candles in case you weren't in chat today. There's the early high, and then it never got a high of day break or anything after that. So we'll see if it gives a setup tomorrow. This is a hard one to say. SFWL, big rip 3 days ago, inside day, and it tried to rip again. It topped out at exactly 8. I don't know, maybe that comes into play tomorrow, that 8, but I think this is Chinese and a low float. And, let me say this real quick for those of you that haven't been in chat. there's a group out there, or several groups or whatever, just jumping into, hey, here's another Chinese low float, here's another, and the ones making money on those are the ones who present it to their chat room members and say, hey, here's another one, right? As they're buying it, and then they get everyone else to buy it, and then they dump, right? I'll show you, IONM is an example today. Let's go to 5-minute candles. Think about it. This is a typical pump and dump. This thing went from like $1.60 to $4. They got the halt right there. I'm sure that the ones that bought it under $2 that started the rally, because they got enough people in the chat room, the people who started that made a killing. And so did other people that were even chasing. People were being, were getting away with chasing, and then you get the halt and the gap up, and if you sell. But anyone else are trying to buy pullbacks on them when you realize it's a pump and dump. As you guys know, I don't bid at pullbacks on something that I have deemed a pump and dump, right? In other words, there's no headline or anything. You just know it's some room somewhere. DRMA, 5-minute candles. You notice anything? Same damn pattern, right? Whoever started it down here made a killing. But you see, I can't, I'll play a breakout with news. I'll play a pullback if something had news. I will not bid on a pump and dump, and I won't chase a pump and dump. So that just leaves me sitting there watching and I guess being jealous of the ones that are smart enough to be the ones to start it. I don't know. And then IZM is the third one. Absolutely ripped, halted, and then ended up going past the low of the day. So be careful out there. There's a lot of pump and dump going on where rooms are just saying, hey, here's the next one. And again, the people who have the followers in these rooms are making a killing. But the people in the room, even the ones that are getting in quick and getting out quick, aren't learning to trade, right? So anyway, be careful. Don't chase something that's moving just because something's moving. It's very easy in a boring market to get FOMO when you see these things moving. But just know the ones making the most money are the ones starting the move, right? All right, having said all that, ORGO is another one that had a nice volume and a pretty strong close. We'll look for a follow-through day in that. We'll work together and add gappers to the list in the pre-market as well. I'm done babbling. We'll see you in chat.